Hello, my name is Michael Loya, and today I'm proud to present the Heart of the Frontier, an instructional unit designed for 8th grade U.S. history students. This unit is a deep dive into the intersection of material culture, economic survival, and the industrial shift that defined the 19th century. My goal was to create a curriculum where students were able to engage with the physical world that shaped the American experience. Okay, we begin with a high stakes historical hook, the merchant's gamble. In 1845, merchants' entire fortune was often tied to the biological integrity of a wooden barrel. In the humid transit down the Mississippi River, if that container failed, then the cargo rotted and the business was gone, it vanished. We start with this crisis to drive student-led inquiry. They must determine which frontier resources provided the actual infrastructure for wealth before they ever open a textbook. The core knowledge here is strategic intelligence. Students will understand that mastering national resources was the engine of the market revolution. We are aligning this with TEKS 23A on economic development and TEKS 27A on the security of trade infrastructure. We aren't just looking at big machines, we're looking at the tight cooperage technology that made trade possible. Days 1 and 2 focus on the material audit and the logistics simulation. This is the analytical phase. Students gather primary data to identify why white oak dominated the 19th century market. It is an evidence-based approach that forces them to act as logistics managers, calculating the durability of frontier materials against the harsh reality of their environment. Here is the material audit in action. Students conduct a porosity lab to see the white oak's liquid resistance firsthand. Then they apply that data to the cargo audit ledger. They calculate payload weights and rot risk factors. If they make a poor material choice, they see the economic loss on your sheet, turning a science and math exercise into a lesson in historical survival. On days 3 and 4, we transition into the artisan era. Students will experience the slow, deliberate pace of manual production. Then on day 5, we introduce the industrial pivot. We compare manual speeds of steam-powered lathes, helping students synthesize how production moved from the hands of the individual to the gears of the factory. This is the subtractive lab. Students will draft a 1-to-1 scale technical blueprint of a tool handle and translate those 2D measurements into a 3D hand-carved soap prototype. This physical experience is a cognitive anchor by navigating the time cost of carving. They learn something a textbook can't teach here. This is the intense labor of the pre-industrial world. We extend this lesson through 3 lenses: economic geography, analyzing how timber access built river hubs like St. Louis, societal disruptions, investigating the erosion of artisanal identity, and then we look at environmental legacy, where students debate the local impact of historical sawmills on their own communities. Assessment is handled through a 200-point rubric. I'm grading their historical augmentation, specifically how they use lab data to solve the merchant's crisis, alongside their technical drafting, their physical prototyping, and the final synthesis essay on the shift from artisan to factory laborer. My design strategy is rooted in the 5 E's instructional model. By engineering a high-stakes conflict on the outset, we create the cognitive dissonance needed to drive authentic engagement. The curriculum serves as a bridge between micro-level material intelligence and the macro-level story of American national expansion. Finally, the pedagogy utilizes the gradual release of responsibility. I began as the master artisan to model safety, then transition into a coach for autonomous discovery. By using woodworking as a tactile primary source, we utilize universal design for learning to reach kinesthetic and visual learners who may find abstract theory inaccessible to them. I now just want to thank you for your time. This unit ensures that students don't just memorize the past, but they feel the weight and the work of history. I believe it prepares them to see how the materials of yesterday built the infrastructure of today, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.